Dave Brown with Corey Macklin here at ringside, ready to go with another day of USWA Championship Wrestling.
Oh, we got a big one, Dave. Opening bout, we'll see the team of the Blackhearts with Bert Prentice out here today. Then we got Richard Lee. He's got a newcomer called the Tasmaniac. We heard a lot about him, and we'll see him here today. Nightmare Danny Davis is back in the area. He'll be in a single bout against Brian Christopher. Hey, that'll be a well of a bout.
Real good one.
Then you got right here today on TV, Moondogs and Richard Lee against Jerry the King Lawler and Jeff Jarrett right here today.
More about that match later on.
More about that later. We got an exploration of time match with the Howard Hughes connection involved. Rick House Brown, Mean Mike Miller. There's Dr. Tom Pritchard, Superstar Bill Dundee, JYD. Look forward to that.
I tell you what, looks like a big one coming up. We've got the Blackhearts. That very large team showed up here last week with Bert Prentice, and we'll be back to get things underway right after this. Well, we're about ready to go with our opening match of the day, but before we do, Bert Prentice and the Blackhearts, we talked about, showed up last week here. They got these strange outfits. They do this ritual and everything before the match, and they are scheduled to go in this opener here today.
You talk too much. You know what? The big news in the world isn't the presidential election. It isn't who's going to the World Series. It's these two monsters. They're in the USWA, Dave Brown, and you know that's the truth, and these idiots know that's the truth, and we're going to show you right now what we're talking about. Go. Watch this. Watch this.
There they go, the Blackhearts sent to the ring by Bert Prentice. And they attack their opponents up there, Jerry Turman and Spike Lewis.
Yeah, boy, do they go after him, too. These Blackhearts come in out of Japan. Bert Prentice has brought him in. Got Jerry Turman in the corner there. Big shoulders on Turman, and, boy, they've been after him even before the bell started. Takes him over in the corner and smashes right there on him. Tags his partner.
Interesting move as he drove him back in the corner there and just stayed with him. It wasn't like a true clothesline. I don't know what you call it. Look at it go. Double side suplex there by the Blackheart. There they go with those sides. I noticed they didn't do the ritual beforehand. Prentice just sent them in there into action.
Yeah, they went straight to work on these two guys here, Jerry Turman and Spike Lewis. The Blackhearts, boy, they are a rough and tough team. They thought at least they'd done it to Junkyard Dog last week until he came out and said, hey, I've got something for that. We'll hear from JYD a little later on today. These Blackhearts are rough and tough. They came in very highly recommended. And boy, that they are. Jerry Turman's in the corner. Look at this. Double DDT on Turman over there.
They do a lot of double team action, don't they?
Oh, indeed.
There's a tag. Here's Spike Lewis coming in. Oh, my goodness. He's hammered with a double forearm.
Oh, they just kicked all over Spike Lewis. Whoops Lewis into the rope. Foot on Lewis, takes him down. Tag on his partner. Boy, these two are about identical in there. Boy, they're about the same size. Same wrestling attire all the way up and down. And they can move. Let me tell you, they can flat wrestle. They're tough. We don't like the looks of them, and a lot of ways they do with Bert Prentice at ringside with them, but they are something kind of rough and tough. Look at them just beat over Spike Lewis. Big forearm on Lewis, takes him down, takes him and just slings him out on the concrete floor.
All right, Prentice, leave him alone now.
Another Blackheart comes off the top rope. Oh, he came a long way down off the top of that rope up there, down onto the concrete floor with Spike Lewis. Got Lewis set up now in the middle of the ring. Oh, boy.
These guys are awesome with some of the moves they come up with.
Boy, they are, aren't they?
Boy.
Look at them. They take Spike Lewis, double teaming in there again.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
bounce him off that top rope. Lewis was sprung back into the ring about 3/4 of the way across there.
Big Blackheart sets Lewis up now, turns him over to his partner. Boy, he do a double slam on Lewis, rolls him up for a pin cover. 2, 3, they get it. The Blackhearts out of Japan with Bert Prentice, and boy, they are some kind of rough and tough. We lost Jerry Turman over there. I don't know what they did with him. There's Spike Lewis. He's taking a beating.
Yeah, Turman was thrown out on the floor earlier, and these Blackhearts then went to work on Spike Lewis, and they wrap it up with a very impressive victory. I say that grudgingly, but you've got to be impressed looking at the agility, the speed, the moves that this team puts on their opponents. Yeah, Bert Prentice, unfortunately, is telling the truth. This is a very impressive wrestling team that he has put together here. Yeah, we heard you. Hey, I tell you, they can stay out here and climb the desk if they want to. Prentice, take them out of here. We're going to take a break.
You should be.
We'll take a break and be back with more right after this. I hate to do it. We've had to change stuff up here today because of something that occurred last night, and I guess we might as well let him talk about it. Here he comes right here. Richard Lee. I see the smile on your face.
Hey, man, I'm a happy man today, baby. I'm a happy man. I don't know how many of you people were at the fair last night, but let me tell you something, Dave. You've heard of MTV. Today is Lee TV, baby, because I'm going to buy the station before it's all over with. I'll guarantee you. I had such a good time at the fair last night, Dave Brown. There was so I don't even need to tell you about it. As a matter of fact, tell you what we'll do. Let's watch it on the TV set over here, because I love to watch this every time. Play it on the TV set here. Jerry Lawler put his foot in his mouth last night, baby, and he's going to pay for it dearly today. Give me some tape up here on the TV and show these people what it's all about when you let your mouth overload stuff.
When that dog's boot to you now, can you and Jeff Jerry give my belt a kind of shot? What do you say about that, boy? We can beat you, Jerry Lawler, and we're here to prove it tonight. So if we beat you, man, can you give us a kind of shot? Come on. Don't be a can on your ass. You got these people. Don't fuck on Jerry Lawler about how bad you are. Put your shoulder back. Put your money where your mouth is, big boy. If we beat you tonight, then give my belt a kind of shot. Let me just say this, Richard Lee. You guys tonight, that it's not $1,000 against the Fed tomorrow morning on TV, right? Boys, we're ready. Go get him, boys.
The king! Bang! Get the king! Bang! Get the king! That's it! Bang! Get the king again! Now look at this! Jerry Lawler can't even fight back. He's scared silly right here, Dave Brown. He knows that he has done overloaded the mountain, baby, and it's Moondog Mountain, and Moondog Mountain is happening right now, baby. Right there, beat him again, son. Beat him again, baby. I love it. I'll sit up until 4 o'clock this morning watching this. Now, see, look at Lawler cheating right there. You see the fist? Look at that, hitting him with a board. See that? My dogs would never do that.
Your dogs were just doing that 20 seconds ago.
No. We were going to the ring, and somebody handed him that board.
Right, yeah,
You see, he's still cheating. Watch him. Choke him. Look at that. That's it. Fight back. Fight back, baby. That's it. You got him now. You got him, baby. I love it. Moondog Mountain. Hit him, baby.
Remember what he said. Moondogs would never use a board.
Well, he just used one on spot. Now, see, I tried to get him a chair so he could sit down. Lawler looked like he was a little tired. I said, hey, Jerry, take me a chair, baby. Sit down and rest. I love it. Okay, here we go. Bang! Moondog Mountain prevails again, baby. Come on, fight. Get him again, baby. Get him again. Go. Boom! I left the guy. Look at that heat chance at the end of the evening. That's what's wrong, they're lazy.
The Moondogs are choking. They're choking Lawler with that chair.
Oh, no. You're not looking at the same picture I am. Jerry Lawler tried to take that chair away from him. Exactly what happened.
Spot threatening the referee with a chair.
See, he didn't hit him. He didn't hit him because he didn't feel threatened by that referee.
He just threw it at Lawler.
Hey, that's using your head, King. That's using your head, baby. Yes, sir. That's what makes you such a smart man today. See, now look, you got a board. Look at that, he's trying to hit him with a board. If that ain't cheating, that's out and out flagrant cheating right there, Dave Brown. You know it as well as I do.
All right.
But see, the King overloaded his hoondigger here, because he said, if we beat him in this match, we got a title shot today on TV, baby. Him and Jeff Jarrett are going down today here on TV. Yes, sir. See, they sprayed spray all over Spike there, made him mad. That's the only reason he's doing that. The people in the crowd spray. See, cans out of the crowd, ice out of the crowd. It's uncalled for.
I would say the Moondogs are not popular with the fans, is what I would say.
That's because Jerry Lawler's got them all convinced that he is the king of Memphis. He is
the king.
Oh, he ain't the king of nothing. He gets all these people to bring whistles, bring signs, say all this nasty stuff about my dog, and the only thing it does is make him mad. I love it, baby. Moondog Mountain prevails, baby. Yes, sir. Watch this scientific finishing move here. The scientific move right here, baby. Scientific move.
There was a chain that the Moondogs brought in, and Lawler dropped it. He did not use it.
No, excuse me, Dave Brown. The chain that was brought to the ring happened to be wrapped around the Junkyard Dud's neck. That's where that chain came from.
Yeah, but who brought it into the ring?
The Junkyard Dog wore it in there.
Yeah, okay.
We took it away for our own protection. The only reason we got that chain. Now, here we go. 1, 2, 3, come on now, give me a count. See, they even waited an extra 10 seconds before they even counted the funk out. And there we are, baby, ready for our title match today.
Yeah.
Today, baby.
There was the count out, all right. There's no doubt about it. You got the victory. You got it in typical Moondog fashion. You cheated, you brought the boards, you brought the chair, you used the chain, all of those things, and that's how you got the win in the match.
See, I watched you on the weather last night, and you see the weather the same way you do wrestling matches, Dave Brown. I didn't see none of that stuff. I didn't see one bit of it. All I want Jeff Jarrett out here, I want Jerry Lawler out here. Let's get this match underway and do it to us, baby.
Here's Eddie right here. Eddie?
Dave, Richard, I had to change everything around this morning just on account of you, and I've signed the match for this. I've signed the match for this week. You get a title match this week.
No. The match is today, Eddie Marlin. I've got it on tape. Jerry Lawler opened his big fat mouth and said, today, I want the match today on TV.
All right, you're right there, but you can get on out of here now because Jeff Jarrett's not here yet. He's on the way, but he's not here yet. So you.
Oh, chickened out, huh? Chickened out, is that what he did? Chickened out? I ain't going any place because I got another surprise. I'm a happy man today. I've got my entire entourage with me today, Dave Brown.
Great.
And I've got somebody new. Y'all are going to love him. Just now, I'll be right back.
I love him. Somebody new coming in from Richard Lee's stable of whatever. They're wrestlers is a very, oh my goodness. My goodness. Talk about a chain. He's got a log chain wrapped around him. Sends him into the ring right there. Let's see. Let me get the. You're what? You're Tasmaniac?
Tasmaniac, Dave Brown. This is another going to be a force in the USWA, baby. I love it to death. My Tasmaniac, baby.
Where do you find all these wrestlers, if you want to call them that?
I found them in Tasmania, Dave. Where do you usually find a Tasmanian?
Okay, I guess that makes sense. The Tasmaniac going against Tony Williams. Corey?
Thank you, Dave. And this Tasmaniac comes in, and boy, does he go to work on Tony Williams. He Slams down on Tony with a big forearm. Richard Lee's brought him in here. He says he's from Tasmania. Watch Lee over there with that chain. Oh, he's already choking on that middle rope, and Lee's got that chain choking him over here. Tasmaniac has got referee Frank Morrell's attention. Boy, Lee, I tell you.
Boy, I knew that chain was going to be trouble when I saw him leading him in here with that huge chain. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Boy, did you see that flip? Man, oh, man. Tasmaniac just picked Tony Williams up, flipped him over in midair. From the waist over, boy.
This is another scientific wrestler out there for my stable, baby.
Big drop kick from Tony. Good hip toss from Tony Williams. Goes back out to Tasmaniac, and he just picks Tony up. Slams him down backwards again.
Flat, baby. Tasmaniac flat.
Tasmaniac slam.
Tasmaniac flat, baby.
Richard Lee calling for Tasmaniac smack. Boy, I guess that's what that is. Tasmaniac comes down. 3, he got him.
He came off those ropes and drove his head into the back of Tony Williams, driving Tony down to the mat. He immediately follows up with a count of 3. And the Tasmaniac, brought in here by Richard Lee, has a victory in his debut match here in the USWA. Now he's out of the ring.
Yeah, put that chain back on him and hit him out of there.
That sounds like just a wonderful idea, just to get him out of here. Look out. There he goes. Well, don't bother coming back, Richard. We've seen plenty of you.
Oh,
got an interview right now. They were talking about the fair, and you saw the video of Moondogs and everybody at the fair. Look, if you don't mind, you've had your say, you showed the video, you brought your new Tasmaniac in here. We have another interview, if you don't mind right now, if you just step out of the way. It is not your show.
Because my dogs are going to be the World Tag Team Champions again. I've got the most beautiful lady wrestler, Fifi. I've got the Tasmaniac. Ha! It's my show, baby. Go ahead.
You have just been told just minutes ago by Eddie Marlin that Jeff Jarrett is on the way, not here yet. It's not time for the match. We're going to continue with the show. If you don't mind, step aside. And if we could get Miss Rodeo, Tennessee over here, I want to talk to her a little bit because hello there, Elizabeth. Thanks for being with us here today. This is a little bit unusual, but I know you're a big wrestling fan, and I know you've been involved in rodeo, and you do more than just ride out on a horse and wave to the folks. You also ride bulls. How'd you get involved in all of that?
Oh, that's right, Dave. I'll tell you what, everybody thinks it's really strange being that I'm only 110 pounds and I want to strap myself to 2,000 pounds of thunder, but you know, it's the greatest rush in the world. It really is.
Well, I'm sure it is, but my goodness gracious, what made you decide you wanted to do that?
Well, I'll tell you what, Dave Brown, there's a man named Jim Shoulders that...
Excuse me. This is a lot of bull here, Dave Brown. This is a lot of bull. This happens to be a wrestling show that we're watching today. This doesn't say
I want to show you.
No bull riding.
It doesn't say anything about Richard Lee. It says interview Miss Rodeo, Tennessee. That's what we're doing. And if you'll step out of the way, we're going to continue to do. Richard, will you get?
Crown back, please.
Get away from me. Come on. Go talk to Dave Brown. You want to talk to Dave.
Dave, can you control this man?
I'm afraid not. We'll get that back, though. One other question, and we'll get that back. Did you, Richard, leave us alone? Did you win this by a pageant? Was it a competition? How'd you win Miss Rodeo, Tennessee?
Yes, actually, we had a pageant. Dave Brown, we had a pageant. If this man would learn to be a gentleman, we did have a pageant. We had to do speeches, we model, and of course we do the horsemanship, Dave.
All right, so all of that's involved. Bull riding, too. It sounds like an exciting... Watch it.
What are you... I told you nobody wanted to hear her talk about no bull riding.
Oh, we don't want to see this, you idiot. What are you doing?
Up, will you? Just tell her to shut up.
You get Fifi and get her out of here right... Get her out of here right now.
Let her handle it.
She's a... Come on out. Here comes Lawler and Danny. And now there goes Fifi and Richard Lee. Well, I tell you what. Let's take a break. We'll be back. pardon me, they were trying to kind of regroup after Richard Lee and that ridiculous thing right here. Let's see. Oh, got Memphis Card coming up right now. So I suppose maybe we can just wait a minute. Here comes Lawler with Eddie Marlin and Miss Rodeo, Tennessee, and Elizabeth.
Dave Brown, you get Fifi back out here right now. Now that I can see her face to face, she's real big. Coming out here judging me from behind. This isn't some Bond girl she's playing with. I want a match with her, Eddie Marlin.
Wait, hold on. Can you get a camera on this? Take a look at that. Take a look at that.
Get her out here now.
Now, Richard Lee and Fifi and all of your dogs, that takes a big, tough man, doesn't it, to come out here and jump on somebody like this. You're real tough, aren't you, Richard Lee? Why don't you and that big fat cow of yours come out here right now when there's two people out here? Come on, I'm inviting you right now, Richard Lee. You think you'll come out here now?
I'm pretty sure he's not going to come out here because their style is to jump you 2 against 1 or whatever.
Yeah, but Miss Tennessee, you got a bump on your head there, and you don't need to be out here in special law. You don't need to be challenging that big cow. So you need to.
Let me tell you something, Eddie Marlin. I'm not a wrestler. This is the closest I've ever been to a wrestling ring. But I've kicked bigger cows' butts than hers, and if you'll get her fat, ugly face out here right now, I'll whip her tail from one end of Memphis to the other.
Well, I understand you're upset, but I mean, this is...
Now, get her out here now that she's coming to my face.
I mean, you would really be willing to fight her.
I'll get in the ring with her right now, tonight, tomorrow, anytime. You just get her in the ring anywhere.
You don't know what you're
All right.
She rides bulls, baby.
She does ride bulls, but that, I don't know, that's not, I understand.
Are you sure you would fight her no matter
I'll
what?
fight her anywhere. You just get her anywhere. Sign the match. I'll sign it right now. I don't know how to wrestle, but I'll kick her can.
You know what you're getting into?
I know.
Sign the match.
You got to
Okay.
Go see if she'll come out here right now.
She will come out here now.
What? All right, you want to try to do it now or what? Change the...
Right now. Richard Lee, you get her big fat butt out here now.
Well, let's see if Eddie has any luck. I doubt it. I mean, you know, that's one thing about Richard Lee. If they don't have the element of surprise, or if they can't jump you 2 against 1 or jump you from behind, I don't think they're going to. What, Eddie? They're not coming out.
Well, you got an open contract. Well, sign a match for the arena.
If you know what you're doing, you know what you're getting yourself into.
I'll do it, Eddie. Anything. I'll do it.
You'll sign the necessary papers.
Yes.
So,
Look at this. She busted me open. I want her in the ring.
all right, you come back here and we'll sign the papers, and Dave, sign the match. Just put the match on the card, add it to the card.
Okay.
Change the card.
All right, we'll do it.
I'll tell you what, Fifi. You show up anytime, I'll hog tie you just like all the other cows I've been dealing with.
Whoa.
Well,
She wants the bout.
the match has been signed. Let's run down the whole card here. I think if I understand the whole thing, we'll get some clarification from Eddie when things calm down a little bit. Moondog Fifi's already scheduled in a match, but I think that one is going to be changed, and Miss Rodeo, Tennessee will be her opponent. Let's take a look at the action. It's a big night coming up. Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum, the USWA October Bash. 7:30 is when it all starts Monday night. 10 matches on the card. This opener looks like a mighty good one. Mean Mike Miller will be going against Eric Embry. Following that, you got Billy Travis going against the superstar Bill Dundee. A couple of veteran wrestlers going at each other here.
That'll be a good bout.
Yeah, ought to be a great one to watch. Brickhouse Brown goes against Dr. Tom Pritchard.
Dr.
Yes,
Pritchard back in there.
Tom, the former Southern heavyweight champion. He's a former Texas champion. He's held numerous championship belts. Brickhouse Brown, the Pacific Northwest champion. That one also has the makings of a great pairing. Then you got the Dream Warriors coming in, another rugged team, going against Tony Falk and the Hornet. Following that, now this is that match in which Moondog Fifi with Richard Lee was scheduled against Miss Texas, but if I understand what Eddie was saying there, he said change the card. I think that I think that means that Moondog Fifi is going to be going against Miss Rodeo, Tennessee. Richard Lee.
I want to tell that little heifer girl back there something. Baby doll, you better listen and listen up good. Riding bulls is like a walk through the park, baby doll. When you latch on to Moondog Fifi, you're latching on to one of the wildest forces in the history of the world, doll. So you better think it over long and hard before you decide to get in that ring with Fifi. And you better tell her.
Now, we hear you, Richard Lee. I think she's made up her mind, especially after what Fifi did to her, bust her head open there a few minutes ago.
Blame Miss Rodeo about that, though.
Eddie said book the match. Miss Rodeo, Tennessee said she's willing to sign the necessary papers. Count on it Monday night at the Coliseum. Then, following that, you got, Richard Lee's Tasmaniac that he brought in here. And again, impressive. Very impressive in his victory here today. He's got a very tough test coming up Monday night in Reno Riggins. Then a special challenge match. Jimmy Hart's Howard Hughes connection against the Rock and Roll Express. Rick and Robert will be in there going against Mr. Hughes and the Missouri Tiger in this tag team action special challenge match Monday night. World Light Heavyweight title match coming up then. You got Danny Davis, the World Light Heavyweight Champion, against challenger Brian Christopher. Christopher obviously trying to start a collection of belts. Yeah. He's already got a couple of them, including the Southern title, which you see around his waist in this picture right here. And now the World Light Heavyweight Championship is in his sights, and champion Danny Davis says, all right, you got the match. Revenge match after that, the Blackhearts with Bert Prentice. Yeah.
Look at this.
Boy, we saw them earlier, but look who they're going to be going against. Junkyard Dog is going to have Hacksaw Jim Duggan as his partner. What a match.
Oh, boy.
What a match it ought to be Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. But then that's not all. Final match of the night, the USWA World Tag Team titles on the line. Anything goes in this one. And Eddie Marlin told Richard Lee, he said, look, the match is already signed. It's signed for Monday night. Titles will be on the line. There had been a stipulation, no rematches, but then Richard Lee, with all of that stuff that happened last night at the fair, worked things around so that, sure enough, there is going to be this match Monday night at the Coliseum. Moondogs and Richard Lee against Jeff Jarrett and Jerry Lawler. And Lawler and Jarrett's World Tag Team titles are going to be on the line. Boy, I don't know how much more we could have for you in one night. It is going to be something else, let me tell you. Coming up Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum, 7:30 is when it all begins. Junkyard Dog is right here, and JYD, you got a very special partner coming up this week.
Well, I told the boys last week that I had friends in high places. So I made a telephone call, and I got a return on the call. So, Blackhearts, get yourself prepared. Take a look at that face. Take a look at that face. Look at it real close, because it's coming towards you. Monday night, right here, live and in show enough living color. And oh, by the way, I want you people to take a look at what's coming up on this video.
All right, yeah, we've got an interview right here from Hacksaw. Here he is, right here. Listen.
You're not messing with some punk kid at the convenience store. You've got Hacksaw Jim Duggan, 6'3", 290 pounds, and I'm coming at you. If you want to wrestle, fine. I can shoot takedowns. I can shoot go-behinds. But if you want to fight, if you want to hurt somebody, if you want to end somebody's career, well, I'm no stranger to that. Because remember, wherever Hacksaw Jim Duggan goes, my 2x4's not far behind. Tough guy. Oh!
There he is.
You see what I'm talking about? They broke his ribs 3 years ago. They tried to end my career. Monday night, it's going to be a lot of tail sparking.
The Junkyard Dog with Hacksaw Jim Duggan teamed up Monday night against the Blackhearts at the Mid-South Coliseum. I want to get my tongue back in shape here and see if I can talk. Oh, well, here they. I was going to take a quick break before anybody else showed up.
He knew where we're coming, and he run away. Hacksaw, you cross-eyed, snot-snooting idiot. We hurt you once. They're going to end it not only for you this time, but the Junkyard Hog, Dave Brown. It's going to be our pleasure. You think they were destroyed today? They're going to be destroyed worse Monday night. We're going to end it. I hope he don't think he's going back to New York.
We'll find out Monday night. It's going to be a different situation from what you faced here today, let me tell you. Back with more USWA action right after this. Davis is joining me right here. I see you got that belt in hand, Danny.
Right, the World's Light Heavyweight Championship. You know, I've been all over the world, and the thing that amazes...
Excuse me, Danny. Richard, get out of here. You have been out here.
Dogs beat Lawler and Jeff. Get them out of here, Dave, man. I want my match. Get Jeff Jarrett and Jerry Lawler out of here.
Jeff Jarrett is on the way. We don't have that match scheduled right now. We got other things scheduled. If you'll leave us alone, then maybe we'll have time for the match later on. I'm sorry, Danny.
Give him an attitude adjustment. You know, like I was saying, I've been all over the world. I've been challenged by all kind of opponents. But the one that has made the most noise is right here in the USWA. And I'm talking about Brian Christopher. You know, he's a tough opponent, and I'm not gonna sit here and degrade him, but one thing for sure. I think this time he's let his alligator mouth overload his hummingbird rear end because, you know, you wanted a title shot. Well, this week, Brian Christopher, you have got yourself a title shot.
Here he comes, Brian Christopher. He has the Southern heavyweight title around his waist. And Brian, this is Danny's interview here.
Listen, I know it's Danny Davis's interview, the big world light heavyweight champion.
What are you doing out here then?
Listen, don't get close to me, okay? I know it's your interview time, and I hear you out here making your little cutie pie interview about, oh, I like the fans, and Brian Christopher's making a lot of noise. Well, I'll tell you what, Danny. I'll tell you what, I've been back here doing something that I'm sure you don't do quite often. I've been thinking, you see, and I know that we got a match right here. We got a match, a 10-minute time limit, non-title bout.
Right.
Well, I tell you what, Danny, you say I overloaded my butt with my mouth or whatever, this, that, and the other. I tell you what, why don't you put your butt where your mouth is, and let's see you put your belt on the line right here, because I'd like to add your belt to my collection, you understand? Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that, Danny?
Danny, the match is, it's a short time limit and all that.
Well, you're right. You know, you've got your match coming up this week. You've got your title shot coming up this week. It's a 10-minute time limit right here, so it wouldn't be fair to the fans, nor would it be fair to the people sitting at home.
Yeah, you need a 30-minute time limit.
It'd be real fair to me if you'd put that belt on the line right here in this match instead of waiting a week or waiting until whenever, because I can beat you, Danny Davis. It won't take me 10 minutes. It won't take 9, 8. It'll take me less than 5 minutes to beat you, you understand? So put your belt on the line. I don't care about a time limit. I don't care about
If you had a 30-minute time limit, you couldn't beat me. Do you understand? You couldn't beat me in 30 minutes, let alone 5 minutes, Brian Christopher.
See, you can talk, Danny. Why don't you put the belt on the line? It would take me less than 5 minutes to beat you. Less than 5 minutes. We get here, 5 minutes goes by, I take your belt, I go home, you're on your way. How's that?
If the match has been signed, it's our...
Well, okay, all right, I'll tell you what. You have let your alligator mouth overload your hummingbird rear end, because I will put my title up right here today for 5 minutes.
No, hold on. Hey, listen. Danny.
Wait. You said you could beat him in 5 minutes. You're insisting. He's giving you the match. 5 minutes. 5-minute time limit.
Hush. Listen, Danny. No, this match is for 10 minutes.
No, you said 5 minutes. You said you could beat me in 5 minutes.
I will beat you in less than 5 minutes, but the match is a 10-minute time limit match, right, Dave?
No. 5 minutes is what he's agreeing to. Frank says it's...
No, 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
5 minutes.
10.
No, you're back.
No, I said 10 minutes time limit match.
Time starts right now. You've got about 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
No. I want. It's a 10-minute match. 10-minute match, Dave.
You got 4 minutes and 45 seconds left.
No, stop it right now. It's a 10-minute match.
Now the referee has called for the bell.
Restart the clock, okay? And you can start in a minute. 10 minutes, those.
You got 4.5 minutes left. Just a little over 4 minutes left. Brian Christopher heads into the ring, and I think he should have thought some more when he was thinking earlier, because it looks to me like Danny Davis has outsmarted him. He's agreed to put the belt up, not for 30 minutes, not for an hour. Brian Christopher on and on, insisting on the match, said he could beat him in less than 5 minutes, and you've got less than 4 minutes, less than 4.
Danny's out. Good off takedown from Davis. Hey, he's only got about 3.5 minutes remaining now.
Now he's got a little more than that. We're running a stopwatch on it here, and we will keep very close tabs on the time during this match to make sure that Brian Christopher gets the full 5 minutes, and yet Danny Davis's belt is not in jeopardy for any more than the agreed 5 minutes.
Indeed. Good backflip from Danny Davis. Takes Christopher down. It's a title bout for the light heavyweight world title.
Less than 3.5 minutes left. Danny Davis with a cover.
2.
All right, you got 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
Danny Davis working over that left arm of Christopher.
How much time, he says? 3 minutes right now. Exactly, 3 minutes.
Right under 3 minutes is all Christopher's got to win this light heavyweight title. He said he can do it in 5. Danny Davis gives him 5-minute time limit. And boy, about half of it is almost gone. Christopher picks up Danny, slams him down, comes off the ropes, misses with an elbow. Danny Davis sets him up now. Suplex on Brian Christopher. Pin cover. 2.
2.5 minutes gone. 2.5 minutes left.
Uh-oh. 2.5 minutes remaining.
Time limit is more than half gone now. And Brian Christopher has not fared too well so far. I got to tell you. You got a little more than 2 minutes. About 2 minutes and 8 seconds left.
Christopher.
He's worried about the time, and he better be, because it's about to run out on him.
Yeah, he's better be worried about it. Takes that hard reversal there. Danny Davis whoops him in. Goes in after him, misses. Brian Christopher stomps away at him. Wants another time.
You've got 1:45 seconds.
Christopher kicks away at Danny Davis. Boy, he caught Danny's left arm in that turnbuckle there. Danny went in after him, and Christopher wasn't there, and he's...
1.5 minutes left right now. 1.5 minutes remaining.
Taking advantage of working over that left arm.
He popped him with a fist in the mouth there, too.
Yeah, big double up right hand. Choking him with that boot there now. Time winding down for Brian Christopher.
1:15 left.
Slams Danny Davis. Covers it. 1, 2. Davis kicks out at 2. Tell referee Frank Morrell, hey, count.
1 minute. 1 minute left. Time winding down. Just a minute to go.
Oh, reversal here. Christopher comes off with a big boot.
45 seconds.
Covers Danny. 1, 2. Danny's out of it at 2. Not much time at all for Brian Christopher. He picks Danny up. Oh, boy, drops him down on that shoulder there.
30 seconds. 30 seconds left.
Whoa.
25 seconds. 20 seconds.
Christopher.
15.
Rod clothesline. 2. Oh.
10.
Covers him again. 1, 2.
5 seconds left. Less than 5.
That's going to do it. Time's up. 5 minutes passed. Time has
5 minutes is up. It's all over. And Danny Davis has retained the light heavyweight title as he slides out of the ring after doing exactly what he agreed to do, and that is wrestle Brian Christopher for 5 minutes with the belt at stake. He did it. Danny, you fulfilled your part of the bargain. I notice you're holding your shoulder there, but you are still the champion.
Hey, Cloud baby, you couldn't do it. 5 minutes. You sat out here, you patted yourself on the back, you bragged about how bad you was and how quick you could beat me. Your 5 minute time limit was up. You didn't do it. And as far as a title match coming up this week, Dave, there won't be no title match this week because he just got his chance.
No.
See ya.
He's got 30 days.
Hey, Danny, come here.
Hey, he's got 30 days to defend that title now.
Come here. Come here.
Now it's Mr.
Hey,
Davis.
That match this week is a title match too. This one was a title match, and it's supposed to be a title match coming up, right? Right? Yeah.
Hey, the open contract said you were to get a title shot. You just had your title shot.
No, you idiot.
Bye-bye.
No, you idiot. No. Come here. Come here. We're not through talking. Don't make me come over there.
Brian?
You better come here.
I think he just outsmarted you here.
We had a 5-minute match right here.
And you lost.
See, I know it is. I almost beat you right there, and you're scared. You're scared. That's what it comes down to. You're scared. This week is a title match too, Danny. Your belt is on the line.
My belt was on the line. You stood out here, you run your mouth. You said you could beat me in 5 minutes. Well, we proved to everybody that you couldn't. You had your title shot.
Hey,
How bad do you want a title shot?
What will it take? What will it take? You want some money? You want money? Because I want that belt. Whatever it takes, Danny. I want my title match.
First of all, taking money from you would be like taking candy from a baby, and money wouldn't hurt you, so you ain't got nothing.
Hey, I got belts. I got belts, Danny. I got belts.
Got the Southern belt and the
How about
Texas
that?
belt.
Yeah.
He has both of those.
You want them, don't you? Huh?
First of all, I am a people's champion. I got the only belt that I need. I don't need one like you carry around because you don't represent nothing but scum. I'll tell you what.
Better watch your mouth.
How bad do you want a title shot?
Hey, whatever it takes, Danny. Whatever you need. Hey, I could put cars, my girlfriend's car. I can put my car.
I don't want your money. I don't want your girlfriend's car. I don't even want your stinking, ugly girlfriend. What? Hey, I heard somebody out there. What?
What his hair, they
Shut
say.
your mouth.
Is that what they want?
They want his hair.
Hey, Brian Christopher, come here. Come here. I have always been a people's champion. I've always listened to my fans, and they said, put your hair up, and I can give you a title shot.
No,
and
no.
I think that's a pretty good. The only way you're going to get a title shot is for your sweet hair to be on the line.
No, Danny, I done said money. Money, Danny.
He said he doesn't want
No,
money. Fans want his hair. Danny says that's all right with him.
There's no way I will put my hair on the line. Well, come here, we got to renegotiate. I'm not putting my hair on the line. That's out of the question.
I'm getting sick and tired of wearing the towels out over here, okay? The only way you're going to get a title shot is just what these good fans wanted. They wanted your hair on the line against this belt. You either take it or leave it. I'm out of here. See ya.
The fans are morons, Danny. We don't need to put my hair on. Hey, come here. All right, hey, come here. Okay. Shut up so I can think, you goops.
Dave, that's what they want. They want to see this punk get his head shaved. And I'll tell you, as much noise he's making around the USWA, I think a bald head will suit him just fine. Look, the only way...
Put my hair on the line.
Read my lips. The only way you're going to get a title shot is to put your hair on the line. And when you do that, you can have your title shot. I'm out of here, Dave.
All right. That's it, Danny. He's adamant. He said that's it. It's the only way you're going to get a shot at the title.
Danny
yes
Davis,
or no.
Danny. Come here. Come here.
I think he's through negotiating, Mr. Christopher.
My hair, huh?
Your hair or nothing else. That's what he says. Either no title shot at all, or put your hair on the line. If you lose, bald-headed. Baldy already. The crowd is chanting.
Can't you think of anything else, Danny?
Danny's pointing to the crowd saying, you hear what they want, and that's what it's going to be, because he says he's the people's champion, and that's what the crowd wants. So it looks like that's it, Brian. And you need a decision pretty quick, because we got other things to do here, please.
I don't want to put my hair on the line. Hey, here he is, Danny Mullen. You know that was a...
Wait a minute. I've been back there hearing you cry long enough. He wants to put your hair on the line against his belt. Here's the contract. Either sign it, take it, or leave it, or get out of here. One of the two.
Hey, my hair's...
It ain't no hay to it. Either sign it and have the match or get out of here. I've heard you long enough.
It's time for the decision.
Okay, all right.
He did it. He's signing the contract. There it is right there.
All right now, Danny Davis, I'm going to get that belt. My hair's on the line, and you've done it now. I will not lose my hair. I'm not going to lose my hair.
Think this one over. We'll be back right after this. The King leading the way. Right behind him, Dr. Tom Pritchard, and right behind him, the superstar, Bill Dundee. All of them headed this way. We want to talk to him just for a minute about some of the action coming up this very week. It looks like a busy one right here. King, what an interesting day today, and what an interesting week coming up.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's all sorts of things going on here in the USWA as usual. I just want to mention one thing that is not necessarily wrestling related. As usual, like to come out and talk about our ball games. It is sort of related to what we were just talking about. Going to be up in Bolivar, Tennessee tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock at City Park in Bolivar. Want to invite everybody to come out. We're going to be playing a doubleheader up there, me and my softball team, and against the All-Stars from Dover Elevator. And I understand that Brian Christopher has agreed to be there and play for the other team. So he is just, as Danny says, letting that alligator mouth overload his hummingbird rear end left and right. You got a little piece of him tonight, too, don't you?
That's right. You know, where I've been wrestling, it's been hot, but right here in the USWA, things are on fire. And I understand I wasn't really scheduled to be in Jonesboro tonight, but tonight I called Eddie Marlin, and I asked him if I could ever get a chance to come to Jonesboro. Let me come. And tonight, Brian Christopher, I'm going to show you why you're not really the Southern Heavyweight Champion. And Monday night, Brickhouse Brown, I'm going to give you a little taste of the doctor's medicine myself too, pal.
All right. Bill Dundee.
Billy Travis, every time you go goofy, it's me you pick on. The last time you went nuts with that guitar bastard on somebody's head, it was mine. Well, Monday night, you get an attitude adjustment, brother. And tonight, Mr. Hughes and Jimmy Hart, you be sneaking over there. I know you snake in the grass. You going to be in Jonesboro. I going to be in Jonesboro. Junkyard Dog's going to be in Jonesboro. And the Rock and Roll Express and a whole host of others. That's tonight. And come Thursday night, Crenshaw, Mississippi, I'm going to be there and a whole big card. And right after I'm done wrestling Crenshaw, I'm driving up to Corinth, Mississippi, because the little restaurant, the Lounge up there, belongs to me, and I'm going to be there right as soon as I'm wrestling.
Well, he's ready, I tell you.
He mentioned Crenshaw, Mississippi. I'm going to be there, too. Also, don't forget, the Mid-South Fair is going on, and there's going to be wrestling at the fair tonight. I'll be out there. Wrestling tomorrow.
Richard Lee. Richard. He's calling for that title match with Jeff, is what he's doing.
Well, I know he's calling for the title match with Jeff, and I understand. We heard earlier that Jeff was having transportation problems. He's still not here. We'll have some sort of match. I maybe took a bit off a little more than I could chew last night out at the fair, but we'll have some sort of match here in a minute.
All right, very good. Thank you, King, Tom, and Bill Dundee for the update. Corey, why don't you fill us in on all the out-of-town action here?
Yeah, hey, begins tonight at 8 o'clock, Earl Bell Community Center, right there on Church Street in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Superstar Bill Dundee told you he'll be there. Junkyard Dogs on the card. Dr. Tom Pritchard on the card. Rock and Roll Express. It's all tonight right there in Jonesboro, Arkansas, 8 o'clock. Earl Bell Community Center box office opens at 3. Also, you can get your tickets on sale at Front Page Cafe for tonight in Jonesboro. Thursday night, October 8th. Crenshaw, Mississippi, Thursday, 7:30 at the Crenshaw Gym. You got a battle royal planned. Superstar Bill Dundee, the King, Jerry Lawler, Jeff Jarrett to be there. Junkyard Dog, big card in Crenshaw, Mississippi, Thursday, October 8th. Then Championship Wrestling, Saturday, October 10th, Ripley, Mississippi. There at the high school, the King will be there. Miss Texas, the Hornet on the card. Mr. Hughes, Jeff Gaylord, the How to Hughes Connection. Then October 16th, Friday, Kenton, Missouri, all the USWA top stars on the card. The American Legion Building, Thursday, October 22nd. Selma, Tennessee, there at the McNair County High School, sponsored by the Athletic Boosters. Thursday, November 5th, Bolivar, Tennessee, Championship Wrestling, all the USWA top stars there at the Bolivar Central High School, sponsored by the JCs. And Friday, November 6th, Bolivar, Arkansas, as usual, right there at the National Guard Armory at 8 p.m.
Hey, but come on, Brian, we need to take a break here.
I know you need to take a break, and I've heard everybody out here running their mouth about what they're going to do in Jonesboro. Will you come on down, Tom Pritchard? Because I will be in Jonesboro to shut your mouth. And then Bolivar, we got a big softball game in Bolivar, and I'm going to show you not only can I wrestle, not only do I look so good, but I'm an excellent ball player. I'm better than Canseco. I'm better than Fielder. I'm better than all of them, so I'll be there. And I ain't losing my hair.
We'll be back after this. And the Moondogs out here.
Jerry Lawler, it was a done deal last night, brother, and you heard it the same as I did. Came out of your mouth. Now, everybody's telling me that Jeff Jarrett's not here. Well, there's going to be a match. You can do one of two things, big boy. You can come out here with the belt, defend them yourself, or you can do what I recommend, Jerry Lawler, and you can come out here and just give the belts up right now, brother, because you made the deal last night.
Richard, the match is booked. Eddie Marlin's already told you he's got the match booked for later in the week. This guy won't listen to anything.
Oh, no.
Here comes Eddie right here. The match is booked for later in the week. Richard Lee insists it's today. Here comes Lawler. Lawler's got his half of the tag belt with him. Eddie?
Hey, Jeff Jarrett hasn't got here yet, but Jerry Lawler said he's not just going to hand them the belts. He's going to get in there and wrestle them by himself. And I tried to talk him out of it because I don't think it's a good idea, but he said he wasn't going to just hand them over.
Well,
Jeff gets here later on in the match. I'll send him over.
Okay, all right, very good.
To beat what brains he's got left out.
Well, this is not a good idea.
No, it's not.
It's not a good idea at all. I understand where Jerry's coming from. He doesn't want to just hand him the belt. He figures as long as he can go against him in there for a second, he's got a better chance of holding on to the belt, obviously, than if he just hands it over in a forfeit. So he's got to do what he can, see if he can defeat the Moondogs, and I guess if anybody can do it, it would be the King. Maybe he can come up with something and get a victory here over the Moondogs. This is a one-fall, 30-minute time limit match. Now, we don't have 30 minutes left in the show, but if it runs that long, we'll keep taping. We'll show you what happened next week. Eddie?
I still think it's a bad idea, but that's what he's decided.
Yeah, I think so, too, Eddie.
All right, Eddie. Yeah, I definitely agree that...
I hate to see that, but King goes to work on Moondog Spike. Flips him over. He's got him covered. Oh, see, you got to watch that kind of stuff. Here comes both of them. King ready for him. Going after the Moondogs. Lawler takes spot. He's got him covered now. 1, 2. And he kicks out of it at the 2 count. But Dave, I tell you hate to see this kind of stuff because that's what's going to happen when you try to fight these Moondogs. They always got some kind of tactics in there.
Yeah, if you were wrestling normal wrestlers, the King would have a much better chance, I think, of being able to hold one of them down for a 3 count. But the way, as wild as these dogs are, they go rambling around with Bones and Richard Lee.
What? Jerry Lawler is the dumbest man on earth, thinking he could come out here and beat my dog by himself.
That's the word from Richard Lee.
Yeah.
You put him in it, and really it's 3 against 1. And if he can find a folding metal chair or a piece of plywood or a stop sign, it'll be 5 or 6 against 1.
Oh, indeed. They'll use it, too. Moondog Spike over choking Lawler. Got to break that hold. Sends the King up. Nails him with a right hand. Slams down on Lawler again. Whoa! Gonna slam Jerry up against that turnbuckle. King reverses it.
Yeah,
there goes the strap.
The King blocked him, even though he was having his hair pulled by the Moondog. He ended up with the advantage on it.
Yes, sir. He goes after the Moondogs. Jerry Lawler slams him into each other. Flips Moondog spot over. He had him covered there.
Big bone across the back. And, Corey, as you mentioned, that's the danger here. Count of 2.
Oh,
he got him. He got him.
And now I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to make sure there's no return match.
Now, Richard, now see, that's the kind of stuff that makes me sick with Lee and these Moondogs. Said, hey, put him out of action for good.
Richard Lee has just picked up Lawler's belt and left. He tucked that belt under his arm and walked out of here and told the Moondogs, sick him.
And he's won the belt so he can take him out of here. What is he coming out here with? Well, look at Richard Lee. Comes out with another metal chair. He's got a crutch out here. Got that stupid metal sign. Boy, these guys, yeah, let's get some help out here for Jerry.
We're going to make sure that we don't ever have to worry about another return match with Jerry Lawler and Jeff Jarrett, because we're in Lawler's career right now.
Lee, you are sick. I tell you, you guys, boy.
Get your pocketbook ready, Richard Lee. The Dogs just attacked referee Frank Morrell. That's going to cost them money. Meanwhile, I know what he's trying to do. I think he just kind of let us in on it right there. He's trying to injure Lawler so that he can't show up for the rematch coming up. That's exactly what he's trying to do.
Boy, I tell you, this kind of stuff. They got Jarrett cut open. Comes across with that big metal sign there and clobbers Lawler with him. All these Moondogs, let me tell you, they get sick and tired of this kind of stuff. Here comes help for the King. Superstar Bill Dundee and Dr. Tom Pritchard come in. A lot of help for Lawler. Boy, but Lee and these Moondogs won the world titles here on TV today. Well, Jeff Jarrett not showing up, boy, but it wasn't sweet enough for him.
That finally wraps it up there. The Moondogs are going to walk out of here world champions, leaving Lawler bleeding in the ring. Jeff Jarrett, transportation difficulties, couldn't make it. Lawler tried to go it alone, and it did not work out. The Moondogs are the new world champions. We'll be back with more after this. You just keep them away from us here.
Hey, come on, Richard. Get these stupid guys out of here.
Look, we're going to do the Memphis card right here. I don't care what y'all are doing. Just keep them away from us. Let's take a look at the action coming up Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. 7:30 it begins. 10 matches included on the card. Eric Embry against Mean Mike Miller in the opener. Following that, Billy Travis against Bill Dundee. After that, you got Brickhouse Brown against Dr. Tom Pritchard. The Dream Warriors will be going against the Hornet and Tony Falk. Moondog Fifi now will be going not against Miss Texas. She's going to be going against Miss Rodeo, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Then Richard Lee's Tasmaniac will be going against Reno Riggins. Following that, it's Jimmy Hart's Howard Hughes Connection against the Rock and Roll Express. World Light Heavyweight Championship match will, in fact, be a title match. Danny Davis against Brian Christopher. Danny the champion still, and Brian Christopher's hair is at stake. The match is signed. Then a revenge match with the Blackhearts and Bert Prentice going against the Junkyard Dog and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Lawler and Jarrett going against the Moondogs with Richard Lee. World titles will be at stake. Anything goes in the match. That is the word right there. That is it right there.
Yeah.
You can stand here and complain. We've got other things to do. We have seen enough of Richard Lee. It is going to be a title match.
That's right.
Please leave. We're not much better off. Here comes a Hughes Connection right here, along with Brickhouse Brown and Mean Mike Miller.
Hey.
The Howard Hughes Connection has something to say about the rock and roll punks. Listen, you punks, when you face the power of the Howard Hughes Connection, you're gonna get squashed like this. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
That's right. Rock and Roll Express. You can't deal with the Howard Hughes Connection. You see, we don't take no prisoners, you understand? You're going down, baby.
You'll find out Monday night when you go against Rock and Roll Express. Brickhouse Brown and Mike Miller.
Let me tell you something, Dr. Tom Pritchard. I hope that you really practice medicine, sucker, because Monday night, homeboy, you're going to need all the medical help you can get, sucker.
Eric Embry, let me tell you something, brother. Come Monday night, your wrestling career is over.
Monday night, 10 matches at the Mid-South Coliseum. It is going to be some kind of night down here. don't forget, the world titles are going to be on the line in that last match. Well, I tell you what.
Oh, boy.
Finally getting the studio clip. Oh, I thought we had it out of here. Here comes Richard Lee and the Moondogs again. I don't know what we're going to do with these guys. I tell you what, I thought...
Some kind of tired of Richard Lee today.
I thought we had everything under control, but apparently not.
Dave Brown, I'm telling you for the last time, it ain't a title match.
I've heard you back there, Richard Lee, and if your match is signed, you're going to have a title
Don't
match.
make me mad anymore.
You're going to have a title match signed this week. That's all it is to it. Now you can get on.
I'm not having a title match anymore. You're going to end up making me real mad. That's what you're going to end up doing, and you're going to pay the price for it.
Well, I don't care.
Hey, Richard, come on. Oh,
Hey, we
boy.
need some help in the back.
Oh,
Moondogs
man.
jumping Eddie Marlin here.
Richard, what you tough, man? These Moondogs, this kind of stuff is ridiculous for these guys. Jumping on Eddie Marlin out here. Richard, get him out of here. Take him out of here, would you?
Here comes help. Here comes Lawler with a chair.
Hey, hey, hey. Oh, Taunton Lee, boy, maybe they'll keep him out of here. I'm sick of him and the Moondogs.
Richard Lee got smacked a couple of times there by Lawler and Dundee with chairs. Billy's helping Eddie up there.
Let me tell you something, Richard Lee, and you relay this to those stinking Moondogs. Today, as they say, every dog has his day. Well, today was your day, dogs. But this week, Jeff Jarrett will be back. And as Eddie said, we do have a title match with you, and that will be our day. You have busted me up for the last time. From now on, the blood and the broken bones and the beatings are going to be on the other foot. You understand what I'm saying, Richard Lee? I'm going to beat you and both your stinking Moondogs within an inch of your life. You understand that?
Most upset Jerry Lawler leaving here. It is a title match confirmed by Eddie Marlin. And Richard Lee can be unhappy about it all he wants to, but that doesn't make any difference. The match is signed. The match is going to be a title match. Lawler no longer, and Jeff Jarrett, boy, Jeff doesn't even know at this point that he is not half of the World Tag Champions. But when he gets here, they're going to have to take his belt and hand it to the Moondogs. Everybody's climbing into the ring right now, so I guess we're just going to be ready to get another one underway. We don't have a lot of time left, fans. Everything, and we apologize for that with Richard Lee and all of that stuff. We had to rearrange a lot of things today here at the last minute.
He's been some kind of worse than today, I guarantee you that.
Boy, we've got a bunch of folks in the ring. Do we have another break?
I think we're about ready.
All right,
for action.
we got to take a break right here. Let's do that right now. We'll be back. Action just underway here in an expiration of time match. Time running short, but we want to have wrestling for you as long as we possibly can, fans. That's Brickhouse Brown in there right now against T.C. Carter, and this is a 10-man tag team match. Frank Morrell, the referee, will try to keep up with all the action here, and again, keep in mind that time is definitely a factor.
Indeed it is. Brickhouse Brown goes after T.C. Carter. Headbutt from Brickhouse. Oh, he stumbles over to the wrong corner. Dundee nails him. T.C. Carter with a knee left. Tags the superstar, Bill Dundee. And Mean Mike Miller comes in for his stage. Dundee, good arm drag on Miller, takes him down. Our time is really short here. Wanted to try to bring you as much as we can in this bout. JYD in the ring, he and Dundee. Double backdrop on Mean Mike Miller. Take him down. Junkyard Dog nailed him. Tag on Mr. Hughes of that Howard Hughes connection and his team. Hughes tangles up with JYD. Oh, Dog fights back with the right of his own. Whips Mr. Hughes into the rope. Big hip toss on him, takes him down. Just rubs that boot right across the top of the head of Mr. Hughes.
You got all of them in the ring, 10 of them, plus the referee. And we have a free-for-all going on here.
Indeed.
A couple of them down on the floor, Dundee and Mean Mike Miller.
Boy, you almost got a battle royal here. You got 10 guys going at it all over the area.
Look out, they're coming this way.
Yeah.
Mike Miller holding up Dundee. Oh, the Missouri Tiger just nailed Mike Miller. All right, referee Frank Morrell says, I can't control it, ring the bell. So this one is going to be stopped by referee Frank Morrell. The action continues here on the floor, but the match is over officially, as Frank Morrell said, that's it. Now,
boy, it still goes on.
Boy, there's still, look at that, Dundee with a chair has just nailed a couple of them over here.
Billy sends them out of here, too.
Tom Pritchard coming back this way, picks up a chair. And finally, we've about got the studio cleared. And we are out of time. What a day it's been, fans. I hope you've enjoyed it. I don't know if I've enjoyed it or not, but I got to admit, it has been lots and lots of action. Don't forget about the World Tag Team title rematch, which is going to be coming up this week. That match is signed. It will be a title match. That's the word.
Watch this hat back. You get it going for tonight, boy.
And that is going to pretty well wrap it up, fans. Be sure to join us for more of the same next week. Till then, for Corey Macklin, I'm Dave Brown. So long, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of USWA Championship Wrestling.